Have you ever stopped and really, truly wondered, what does it actually mean to be alive? We're going to crack that code today.
I mean, it seems obvious, right? One's furry and licks your face. The other, well, it's a rock. But if you had to write down the official rules, the actual checklist for what makes something alive, what would you put on it?
You're not going to believe this, but the whole mind-bending mystery of life, from a tiny germ to a giant redwood tree, it all boils down to just one number.
That's it. 7 rules. 7 life processes. If something wants to join the Alive Club, it has to do every single one. No exceptions. It's like the secret password for existence.
So you're probably asking, what are these 7 magic rules? Well, let's dive in and look at the official checklist for being alive. This is the non-negotiable rulebook for every living thing on this planet.
And here they are: movement, nutrition, sensitivity, reproduction, growth, respiration, and excretion. You gotta have them all. If you can't do every single one of these, then sorry, you're not technically alive. It's that simple and, that incredibly complicated.
Now this is where it gets really cool. Look how differently plants and animals tick off the exact same boxes. For movement, an animal will literally get up and run. A plant, it moves by slowly, patiently turning its leaves toward the light. For nutrition, we gotta find and eat food. A plant just makes its own from sunlight. And check this out, respiration. We breathe in oxygen, but a plant breathes in carbon dioxide. And what does it get rid of as waste? Oxygen, the very thing we need to survive. It's a totally perfect, incredible cycle.
Okay, so those 7 rules seem pretty straightforward. But, nature, it just loves to have some tricky gray areas. What about those things that look completely lifeless but are actually just waiting?
Think about a seed or an egg. They can sit on a shelf for years and look like nothing more than a little pebble, but they're 100% alive, just kind of paused. It's the same with that little packet of yeast in your kitchen. It looks like boring brown dust, but it's actually millions of tiny, living microorganisms. All you have to do is add a little warm water and sugar, and boom, they wake up and start releasing gas. And that's what makes bread so light and fluffy.
There is a fantastic scientific word for this: dormant. It's not dead, it's alive, but it's in a state of suspended animation. Kind of like it's in a biological holding pattern, just waiting for the right signal, a little water, some warmth, to hit the play button and start growing.
And here's another mind bender for you. Parts of a living thing can become non-living. A tree can be totally alive, right? But the second you snip off a branch, that branch is no longer alive. It can't follow the 7 rules anymore. Same thing with a leaf after it falls, a snake's skin after it's been shed, or a feather that drops from a bird's wing. The organism is still going strong, but that one part is officially out of the game.
So we've got the rules of life down. But how are living things actually built to follow them? What's the hardware they're running? Let's start with plants and check out their amazing survival toolkit.
So when you look at most plants, they're built with 4 main parts. You've got the roots, the stem, the leaves, and the flowers. Each of these has a super specific, super important job to do to keep the whole operation running.
And they all work together like a perfect team. The roots, they're like an anchor, holding the plant down, but they're also a drinking straw, sucking up all the water and nutrients from the soil. The stem is like the plant's skeleton, holding it up, and it's the plumbing system that moves the water around. The leaves are basically solar panels, turning sunlight into food. And the flowers? Well, they're the head of the reproduction department, making the seeds to create the next generation.
It's genius! All right, let's switch gears. We're leaving the quiet, sun-powered world of plants and jumping into the animal kingdom. This is a blueprint that's built for action, for moving, and for reacting to the world in a split second. Whether you're looking at a tiny bug or a massive whale, the basic body plan for an animal is surprisingly similar. You've usually got a head, a body or torso, limbs to get around, a tail, and of course, a whole toolkit of senses. And you can see how every part has a purpose. The head is the command center. It's got the brain and all the important sensors like eyes and ears. The body is like a protective case for the engine room. The heart, the lungs, all the important stuff. The limbs are all about motion. Legs for running, wings for flying, fins for swimming, and the tail? Oh, the tail is a multi-tool. A cheetah uses it like a rudder for steering at insane speeds, while a dog uses it to let you know you're its favorite person in the world.
Oh, and we can't forget the outside. Every animal comes with its own custom-made armor. It might be the soft hair on a mouse, the incredible feathers on a bird, or the slick, shimmering scales on a fish.
It's all part of the blueprint for survival.
So, let's bring it all back home. The big idea is this. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how it's built. Everything that is truly, genuinely alive, from the yeast that makes your bread rise, to the tree outside, to you sitting here right now, we are all playing by the exact same 7 rules.
So I want to leave you with a challenge. Now that you know the secret checklist for life, look at the world a little differently. What's the weirdest, most incredible living thing you can think of, and how in the world does it manage to tick all 7 of those boxes? It's always an amazing puzzle to solve. Thanks for hanging out with me.